What's going on, guys? My name is Ezel, and this is my wife.
Yelsa.
And you already know you're at the channel Ezel's
Ezel's
React,
React.
our reaction channel. And today, guys, we're going to jump straight into the AI revolution. 2023.
Yes.
We're hearing already that it's gonna be advances in technology as far as artificial intelligence and what that means for society and where we think things are headed. And I was looking on the YouTubes and I found will robots replace fast food workers? I thought this was definitely worth a look because already I'm not sure if you've seen it, but there is
An automated McDonald's
automated
in
McDonald's.
Texas.
Now, I'm not eating McDonald's. Ugh. Ugh. You think I am?
It was good when we were kids.
It was
though.
good. It was good. I used to tear those fries up, but McDonald's has just changed over the years, and me being more health conscious, us being more health conscious today, we just McDonald's is just not one. But if you like McDonald's, go ahead. But anyway, this looks like it's starting out with White Castle. We're gonna check this out, and then we're gonna interject and give you guys our thoughts and ideas on this as we move forward. So hang tight, grab your popcorn, and let's go. All right, here we go.
Welcome to White Castle. This is Brittany. How may I help you?
Oh, the burger machine.
And shout out to I'm not gonna shout them out, but it's CNBC. I meant to say that this is a CNBC report. All right, you said what now?
I said the burger machine, like the burger flipping machine.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Flippy runs the fry station out of
Oh,
White
that's
Castle
Flippy. Yeah, I
outside
heard
of
about
Chicago.
It's got a QR code on it too. Look like.
With its mechanical arm and using computer vision technology, Flippy can cook everything from French fries and onion rings to cheese sticks. White Castle said it plans to add 100 Flippies to its kitchens nationwide.
We used to need 2 people to operate that French fry area during peak hours, and now we are able to only have 1 person operating that area.
Would you like to try the mac and cheese bites today? All right, thank you. If the screen's correct, it is 827. Second window, please.
Fast food jobs are demanding, quick moving, and sometimes even dangerous. But not for robots.
When you look at the restaurant industry, it's a little bit late to the party in adopting automation and robotics in particular.
I'm sorry, real quick. What's the dangerous part? Like, because
The
the only
dangerous part of that grease.
I thought they were
don't
gonna say
know.
the dangerous part was people climbing through the.
Oh, that's something.
Through.
People like you don't really
Yeah.
have a barrier when you're doing fast food.
Exactly, and I heard that we were watching something together, and they were like, "Oh yeah, they're gonna get rid of workers." And I mean, we all know this is coming over time, but eventually, by getting rid of workers, you will get rid of the confrontations that some of the cashiers have, or the people delivering the food out the door, are having with people
I
pulling
think people are
up.
still gonna be angry. They always find a reason to be angry. Look,
Yeah, but who are they going to direct that energy towards if it's all robots? They want to square up with a piece of metal? I don't think so.
So far, the restaurants that are using them or trying them out say that this automation really only has to do with helping relieve boring tasks from workers' plates, help make their jobs easier, let them engage with the customers more. But there's a lot of reports out there kind of guesstimating how many jobs could be replaced by these robots, by automation.
Up to 82% of restaurant positions could to some extent be replaced by robots. Automation could save U.S. fast food restaurants over $12 billion in annual wages. And restaurants are also struggling to find workers. American restaurants are down more than 560,000 jobs, or about 4.6% of its workforce from their pre-pandemic levels. About a third of Americans worked in a restaurant as their first job, and half have some restaurant work experience.
Let me tell you guys something. I used to work for McDonald's. I talk trash about McDonald's because I used to actually work there. I worked there for a year, and I think when I started, it was we were getting paid. Maybe I was getting paid $5-ish, $6 an hour, something like that.
dang.
This was
what year was that?
This was like 2005. It was
Oh,
2005.
okay. That makes sense. then.
2005.
Yeah.
So minimum wage was something like $5 or $6 somewhere in there. I don't know what it is today, but I know it's not enough. And because I remember a little bit before the panorama, people were saying, no, they were trying to get like $15 an hour.
Yeah, they've been trying to
Right. It's
raise
still
the-
not $15 an hour.
the
is it?
wage all across.
It's still not $15 an
No.
hour, is it?
Once in a lot of places it is, but I don't know if that's everywhere.
Man, even if it is $15,
But
that's not enough.
But it's not. The problem is that it's not rising with the cost of living. That's the issue.
Well, yeah.
So the cost of living has continued to rise, whereas wages have only risen like once or twice in the last, I don't know, couple of decades. I really don't know. I don't know the full stats, but I know that the issue has been that wage has not been able to keep up with
Absolutely.
everything. It's just,
Well, my issue is they're saying it's not an issue, but it's just an observation. They're saying that all these workers haven't come back since and I'm like, yeah, I don't think I'd come back either if I knew that I could work all day, spend my time scrubbing, washing dishes, greeting customers, serving customers, closing up, and I still can't pay my rent. Why don't I just give I'm working hard. I'm spinning my feet. I'm what's the term?
spinning your wheels.
I'm spinning my wheels, but I'm still not getting anywhere. And I think a lot of these workers are just like, you know what? I'd rather have peace of mind knowing I'm not stressed out because I have to deliver a service and work. And I'd rather just, spend my time, I guess, relaxing. I guess that's the other part that I don't understand is like, if they're not going to work, because, what's the point of working? You don't have enough money to live. If they're not doing that, how are they getting by? And that's where, didn't we see some reports on what they actually were doing instead of that?
I don't remember seeing any reports on it. Not actual reports, but
Or maybe we listened to somebody
Maybe.
else and heard that. But anyway, let's keep going.
yes.
Yeah, the economics of this are very, very compelling. If you take minimum wage just around the $20,000 per year mark, that's the cost of one robot.
Other companies in the space include Picnic, that has a robot that makes pizza, and Autech, whose machines make sushi. So what impact will robots have on the fast food industry and the livelihood of its workers? CNBC got a behind-the-scenes look at restaurant robot maker Miso Robotics to find out. Miso Robotics got its start in 2016 with a handful of engineers in a Pasadena, California garage. 2 years later, the company launched Flippy at a nearby Caliburger restaurant.
Yeah,
Flippy's first
I
job
remember.
was turning over a hamburger patty after it was placed on a grill by a human chef. But the company quickly pivoted to fried foods, rolling out a portable fryer station for baseball games at Dodger Stadium.
This was really the peak throughput test for us. Can Flippy keep up with in-between innings at a Dodger game and everybody goes to the concession stand? Can we meet that demand?
In 2021, Miso launched Flippy 2 using a mounted rail system, AI, and computer vision technology that can identify and track food as it moves through the structure. Although it has a camera, tablet, and robotic arm, engineers say the real tech is in the software.
The hard thing to get right about this product is having the computer vision, the algorithms that plan the cook cycle, and the software that manages the robotic motion to all work together so that it's as reliable as a refrigerator and it does the job.
Food is dispensed directly from the freezer into a basket. The robot's computer vision identifies the type of food and places it in the appropriate fryer. Once the food is cooked, the basket is taken out of the fryer, shaken, and dumped into a holding area where it is bagged by a worker.
For those of us who have been in a restaurant, this is exactly the same process that is done today.
You know what I was just thinking?
What?
This robot, man, does it taste good? Like, is the food actually, is it gonna be, eventually we're probably gonna both try a robot made burger. Is it gonna be as good as a burger made with love and care from, a human, or is it gonna taste exactly
You
the
think
same?
those burgers at the restaurants are made with love and care? Well, specifically
Shout out
fast
to
food.
Slutty Vegan.
I'm talking about fast food restaurants.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
No, I'm not talking about Slutty Vegan. I'm talking about the other fast food restaurants. You think that they're made with love and care? I mean, maybe, okay, if we're talking in terms of restaurants, I would say like the other types of restaurant chains, like the sit-down restaurants, yes, that's where it's made with love and care because they have actual chefs back there. But those fast food joints like McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King,
I don't know. The other thing I was thinking of was, it's a little spicy, but how many women are cooking today?
wow.
It's that's why I started laughing.
Look, don't turn this into a Chobits moment.
I'm gonna leave that for the manosphere. All right, let's go.
by a human.
He's constantly playing like a multi-frame game of chess in his mind, understanding where to be next, so his sequence of movements is precise and he doesn't undercook, overcook food.
But what about the cost? Miso charges restaurants about $3,500 a month for a Flippy 2 under its robot as a service model. The company charges an additional fee of about $10,000 for installation. By comparison, the median hourly wage of fast food workers in the US is just $12.07 an hour. There were roughly 11.7 million restaurant workers in the US in 2022.
But Flippy 2 is different. Flippy 2 works around the clock. We have many 24-hour locations where Flippy 2 is installed. Flippy doesn't call in sick.
Built in Columbus, Ohio, it takes Miso about 6 weeks to manufacture one Flippy 2. The current off-the-rack mechanical arm is the same type designed for car factories, and Miso says they cost $15,000 each, plus another $5,000 to modify with additional grippers and sensors. Last year, Miso partnered with robotic arm maker Ally Robotics and hopes to start producing its own arm in 2023. The company also makes a streamlined version of Flippy 2 called Flippy Light, as well as a drinks dispenser named Sippy. Flippy Light is currently being tested in restaurants by Chipotle.
And what Flippy Light is designed to do is to take one item that requires frying and just cook the heck out of it all day long.
With about 25,000 shareholders, Miso has so far raised more than $70 million in crowdfunding. The company's also announced it is testing a robot that fries chicken wings for Wing Zone.
Yo, I know. Oh, they said Wing Zone. I thought they said
Wingstop.
Wingstop. I said, oh, Rick Ross is on that ASAP. ASAP. But nah, he said Wing Zone. I've never been to Wing Zone. I'm vegetarian now, so I don't know what I'm talking about.
The global fast food industry is a $273 billion business, including more than 280,000 fast food restaurants in the U.S. alone. At this White Castle on the outskirts of Chicago, staff in the busy lunch hour shift face a barrage of orders coming from drive-through customers as well as the main counter.
Would you like to try any mac and cheese bites today? Oh, thank you. If the screen's correct, it is 10:42. Second window, please.
It's very fast-paced. We're all in our positions, but we do move
Getting
around,
hungry.
jump about to help out, to get the orders out.
But meager salaries, fewer teenagers in the workforce, and fear of COVID have been a drain on fast food restaurants. Job openings at restaurants and hotels reached 1.3 million in November 2022, the 20th consecutive month with over 1 million vacancies. Bars and restaurants make up about 90% of those positions. A typical fast food worker makes about $26,000 a year, compared with a concierge at a hotel who can earn more than $37,000.
During the pandemic, we faced a lot of staffing challenges, and things are better, but there's still challenges with staff in many locations.
To assist workers, White Castle added Flippy to take over its fry station. The robot cooks food more consistently and doesn't require time off.
And I think some restaurants are also looking at this as a way of, well, this robot is expensive, but is it cheaper than however many employees I would need to hire, especially because a lot of workers have not been sticking around as long as they're used to.
This is one of the positions that is the hardest to fill and hardest to retain for restaurant operators. There are dozens of positions back of house. This one is a really demanding one. It's hot and it's very, very fast paced.
Robots like Flippy solve other problems for restaurants too. For starters, fast food work can be dangerous. In California, the state with the highest number of people employed in the fast food industry, workers face health hazards, ranging from overflowing sewage, smoke inhalation, and extreme heat, according to one study. Turnover is another headache for the industry.
Okay.
Prior to the pandemic, the restaurant industry faced a workforce turnover of 130%, according to Panera Bread's CFO, Michael Bufano.
Wow.
At the same time, low-wage workers made up 43% of the U.S. workforce.
As you look at the labor allocation within the restaurant, that's being able to shift one human from that station somewhere else, and that's saving every single month probably somewhere around $700 to $900 in actual profit.
Did you, when you were working, I did fast food, I did McDonald's, but you did, like, it wasn't fast food. It was not,
I would just say it was a Mediterranean restaurant here in the South.
No, I'm thinking college. Yeah, so that's why I said back then. That's why.
I worked at a cafe.
Yeah, so that's why I was like,
No, so I never
but
really.
since you brought it up,
okay,
a Mediterranean in the South. No, that's not the same because it's not. It wasn't exactly fast food. So no, I guess I'm trying to figure out. I worked at McDonald's for a year. The only time I can think where something kind of crazy happened, it was really. I remember one night we were closing up, and somehow, some way, someone pulled the fire extinguisher. And it sprayed the entire, it's like foam and it expands. It sprayed the entire, the back, the front, everything. It was like one of those parties where they had a foam party. It was like that, like times 2, all over the place. And
I'm sure
it
the
took us
cleanup
like
was
2
bad.
extra hours to clean up.
Dang.
I was so pissed. But nothing like fire hazards or anything. So I don't know. I guess collectively on a large scale, looking at the data, it would have to be every so many fast food restaurants something happens. But I guess I was kind of shocked by that because my experience was we didn't really have accidents like that. But maybe I'm just I need to look at the data wider. So I don't know. I thought that was interesting, but let's go.
Another incentive for restaurants, hard-to-fill positions have forced chains to push hourly wages to new highs.
The wages have been very low in these industries. They've really been very much pegged to the minimum wage, so that when the minimum wage has been allowed to decline in real terms, that is, it hasn't kept up with inflation, then those jobs get progressively less and less attractive.
Labor is one of the biggest costs restaurants face, averaging about 25 to 30% of sales. McDonald's said it would reach an average of $15 an hour by 2024 at all company-owned restaurants. Starbucks said it was bringing its pay floor for U.S. baristas to $15 an hour. Gen Z consumers made 5 billion restaurant visits in the year ending July 2022, including 4.3 billion trips to fast food eateries.
By the time it's goes to $15, it'll be too late.
Yes,
it'll be too late. And that almost seems like that's what they're gunning for. I don't know. It just I find that funny. I'm not gonna finish the video because
the video is
it's a little bit longer. We already been recording for quite some time, but I do want to say that I feel for all the people that are losing their jobs due to artificial intelligence. If you've been watching us for a minute, you already know that I am a filmmaker, but my day job was barbering. Once a barber, always a barber. So it's a skilled trade that I have, and I'm able to put food on the table for my family whenever, wherever, any part of the world. Everyone needs a haircut, including animals and pets. That being said, when you're trying to feed your family and this is all you have, for them to come in, I have mixed feelings on it, but I lean towards siding with humanity and people being able to provide for their families. So I'm guessing you feel the same way.
I do, I do feel the same way, but I feel like at this point it's kind of, I don't want to say inevitable, but it kind of does feel that way. I felt like we had been warned for years, okay? Some people are surprised and caught off guard. Like, some people have spoken to recently, like, I can't believe this. What about the people that work? What about their families? And it's like, they've been saying that this was going to happen for years. And even more so recently, they've been pushing towards it. They've been talking about it. They've been talking about even more during the pandemic.
So it's kind of like, if you had a heads up on what was going to happen tomorrow, would you take heed and try to establish something for yourself today to prepare you for tomorrow?
Well, the issue is a lot of people didn't have time to prepare themselves because that's their primary job, or they have to work 2 or 3 jobs just to keep up with the rising cost of living. So they have to think about that. They have to think about healthcare. They have to think about their children. They have so much to think about. And a lot of them didn't have time to prepare for something like this.
Right. But I'm talking about, if you go all the way back to the Matrix, start the Matrix, that was 20 years ago. A little bit over 20 years ago. You've had, you see what I'm saying? Like, and then if you start from 2010 forward, you've had another 10 years from that, 10 years from that starting point. You've had time to think about it. Some people thought it would never happen in their lifetime. I understand that, but I could tell, you could almost pinpoint exactly when it was going to happen based on the computing power doubling and, at this point, computing power might be doubling every 6 months. I'm not certain, but there's a lot of things happening very, very quickly, and we've had plenty of times and warnings from the movies is what I'm saying. The movies warned us. So if anything, the movie puts a seed in your brain and says, you know what? I don't know when this is going to happen, but I definitely don't want my children having to deal with this. So let me go ahead and do something today that'll put them in a position where, and you know, you could use YouTube as a source to figure it out. I don't have the answers, but I'm just saying, like, people had time. You know, even if it was 10, even if it, you know, like now that people are scrambling, but you know, it's even affecting us. Like, I'm not gonna say how, but it's affecting us, and it's making us have to think about certain things this year. But guys, a lot of different AI tools are happening, and my perspective to you guys, because I always want to leave you guys with something positive, is you can either I don't like to use the word suffer, but you could either have a bad time because AI is coming out, or you could use it to make money. There's several different things. I'm sure by now everybody's talking about it. Maybe I'll be the first to, if you're still watching after 18 minutes, 23 minutes, then you know that ChatGPT just came out like
a couple of weeks ago.
It was like right before Christmas, like the week before Christmas or so. Got 1 million users in 5 days, and that's a big deal, because getting 1 million users on any app, anything in a week is a big deal. And it's basically an AI program that you can ask it to write anything, from YouTube videos to asking it definitions. It can speak any language, basically. It's not like searching on Google. It's like, you can ask the thing to write your resume, okay? It's free to try, and eventually you're going to hear about it anyway, so I'm just telling you ahead of time if this is your first time hearing about it. But if you play around with it, you realize, like, holy, I can actually use this to make money. And some people are doing that already. Some people are...
it's a double-edged sword.
It's a double-edged sword. Some people are asking to write code, programming code, and it spits it out in seconds. And so that's just like a silver lining, where you could see this as an opportunity to finally come out of your situation, or you could see it as a way to, just say, woe is me times 5, 10, whatever. I just try to see it from the positive, the positive side. And so that's what I want to leave you guys with today.
Yes.
Look at it. Yes, AI is changing the food industry. I can see that as a positive, where now you don't have to worry about if somebody's spitting your food because you said something to them at the window, or they're jealous.
But you know what? I have said this actually during the pandemic. Not online.
The panorama. That is twice you said. I got you.
Hopefully they don't get me.
Go ahead.
Anyways, we're on the verge of a new revolution. Not revolution.
AI.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Kind of like there was the Industrial Revolution, and now this is AI, artificial intelligence, technology revolution. So this is something that is going to progressively happen a lot faster than we think, because we're in this state now.
So I don't know what else to tell you guys. This was a little step out from what we usually do on this channel. We're kind of testing to see how this works. We may go in this direction and do more of this, but we do like our movies. We do like to watch the entertaining things. But guys, let us know what you think about this segment down in the comment section below. Also, let us know what you think about the AI revolution. This is the beginning. What do you guys think about Flippy, Sippy, and Chippy? That's literally their names. That's funny. Flippy, Sippy, and Chippy sounds like a rap. Let us know what you think about that in the comment section down below. Also, guys, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. It helps us out greatly in the algorithm. And also, if this is your first time vibing with us, go ahead and hit that sub. Let us hit that sub button and join the family. That's what I'm trying to say. Why am I getting tongue-tied at the end? Do that for us, guys, and guess what? We'll see you on the next video. Peace!
Thank you.